love it, so thanks.
All right, cool. So what's your name?
My name's Elizabeth Candelario.
Candelario. And you're with Demeter.
I am. I'm the marketing director.
Marketing director. Okay, so just a quick Reader's Digest version of like what is Demeter?
Demeter is the U.S. representative of Demeter International. We are a nonprofit and the only certifier of biodynamic farms and products in the U.S.
Nice. So that's an annual certification?
It is.
And you're going off of the auspices of Rudolf Steiner, or was he actually involved with this? Tell us.
Rudolf Steiner was the person in 1927 that first defined biodynamic. He didn't actually call it biodynamic.
Right.
Somebody else did a little bit later. But through what is now referred to as the agriculture course, it was lectures given to farmers.
That's right. It was like 11 straight days or something like that, or what?
It was a while.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Good for you. And these are some of the clients that you guys have here?
These are all the people that participated in putting together Demeter's Biodynamic Garden and Lounge. But going back to Rudolf Steiner, you know, what he described was then codified by a group of farmers that were really interested in promoting this farming method. And that actually became the Demeter Farm Standard. And it's very significant because it really captured the original intent of the sustainable farming movement. And it wasn't until about 20 years later that the word organic was defined by a guy named Lord Northbourne in England.
Wait, what's his name?
Lord Northbourne, but he used the word organic from Steiner's view of the farm as organism. So if you take organic back to its very roots, they come from the same place.
Yeah, that's good information.
Yeah.
All right, so you have quite an exhibit here.
We do.
Let's have a little look at it.
Let's do that. So I want to welcome you to Demeter's Biodynamic Garden and Lounge. We're so excited to be at the 2012 National Heirloom Expo. The purpose behind Demeter's Biodynamic Garden and Lounge is to invite people in to experience the concepts, the practices, and the principles that are behind biodynamic farming. Growing and gathering food is how we live, and that's a sacred activity. Anything sacred involves the whole of life, from the humble soil beneath our feet to the myriad galaxies whirling through the immensity of space above us, a whole of which we are an integral part. Biodynamic farming and gardening takes all this into account. It promotes vigorous good health in our foodstuffs, which promotes vigorous good health in us. A tour of these displays will give you an idea of how this all works. So we're going to spend some time, we'll talk about the different gardens and what they're supposed to do, and give you more of an idea about this very comprehensive organic farming system.
Yeah, let's go on the tour.
Let's do it. This display go to show both a principle of biodynamic and then how farmers take that principle and put it into practice on their farms. This bed displays biodiversity, and indeed this is an insectary. So the idea of insectaries is that you create an environment for lots of good bugs so that when you have bad bugs, they're not so much of a problem. This bed shows not only a lot of plants that bees really, really like, but a really groovy beehive over there in the corner.
Oh, wow, you guys brought that in. Nice. Can I walk that little path? We're going on the Demeter tour.
Yeah.
The bees, it's all about the bees. Living with the bees. Without the bees, there is no fertility, and without fertility, the future of all living beings is in danger. Welcoming bees to your farm or garden acknowledges bees' essential role in it. For our ancestors, bees were heavenly messengers, an expression of the wisdom in the universe, a spark of cosmic consciousness, and a gift to the world. The oneness of the bee colony reveals the interconnectedness of the world and ourselves within the world. Nice.
Well, you can't have a healthy farm without having healthy soil. So this bed is all about how farmers create healthy soil. Here's an example of cover cropping. They plant specific plants that they use to then turn back into the ground, and they provide vital nutrients for other plants that they're going to plant there.
Wow, is that kale and lettuce popping up over there?
That's all kinds of stuff. We can ask David about.
Right. All right, this is cover cropping, okay.
Cover cropping, composting. So you take, the idea is to take the waste of the farm, keep it on the farm, to then use it to feed the farm.
All right. Some mulch there.
Yep. This is a biodynamic compost that's available in the market. Yeah. Yeah.
This has got to be the most awesome exhibit I've ever seen. All right, what's going on here?
So water quality is also very important to the quality of soil. This is what's called a flow form. The idea of flow forms is it creates a vortex in the water and helps to purify it before it goes back into the system and feeds the plant and the soil.
Nice. All right.
So the balance of all those plants and those energies creates.
So cow horns get a lot of attention in biodynamic farming, but really it makes a lot of sense. What they do is they take manure, cow manure, they put it into these horns. Now when you think about it, back in the 1920s it wasn't unusual for farmers to use animal parts, stags' bladders, cow horns, as storage vessels. What we do is we put compost in these horns, we put them under the ground for a period of time. When you dig them back up, what comes out of these is beautiful. It almost smells like chocolate, this really rich, vibrant material that's then diluted and spread over the soil as a soil amendment, which it really encourages the microbial life of the soil. So that's called Preparation 500.
Like Preparation 500, so like beyond hubris, it's you add, there's a few things that you add. Isn't there like some like actual horn silica particles?
That'd be Preparation 501, same
okay.
concept, where you take quartz, you put it in the cow horn, put it under the ground for 6 months, bring it back up, and then you spray it as a foliar amendment because quartz increases the photosynthetic activity on the leaf.
Right, I think that's what I did at Whispering Winds Bamboo on Maui.
Okay.
We would do that. We stirred it like at 5 in the morning, clockwise, and then counterclockwise
to create that vortex.
You get that vortex going on.
Right.
All right, check that out. You take it easy on that horn there, buddy. All right, what's next?
Let's go over here. So another principle that's the most popular with children in biodynamic farming is integrating animals. Animals become very, very important, not just for the meat or the eggs that they produce, but also for the fertility that they put back in the farm. So in this bed, we have this one breed of chicken called a Swedish flower hen. It's a land-raised chicken, an heirloom chicken. And then we have a mother sheep and her 2 babies.
Yeah. Nice. Animal welfare,
Animal welfare is a very important aspect of the Demeter Farm Standard. Animals are absolutely honored on a biodynamic farm. So in the standard, a farmer must give the animal a place to lie down. It must always have access to free range. It must have access to forage on the farm. No antibiotics unless the life of the animal is threatened. No debeaking, no dehorning. The pigs get to keep their tails.
Right. Aww. And so for all like the raw foodies and vegans out there, they can still be biodynamic. You don't have to actually eat the animals. They could still have work that into the biodynamic scene.
That's absolutely true. And I would say for people who are vegan, and we get lots of questions, that animals are an integral part of a farm. That you really can't have a farm because you can't have the fertility on a farm that you need without animals. And I'll tell you that the animals on biodynamic farms are very happy.
I'm sure they are.
In the Demeter Farm Standard, that we have 0 tolerance for GMO. So we are now the only national agricultural standard that has 0 tolerance for GMOs, which I think is very important. So that's one of the many shared values that we have with the people that are producing the national. Another really important, crucial aspect of not only a biodynamic farm, but our own, for just life on this planet, is the importance of bees.
Yay, bees!
So we take that very seriously. This is a photography exhibit by a woman named Amanda Lane, all about biodynamic perspective of bees. And it features a gentleman named Mikhail Teal, and he actually is going to be here a lot this afternoon.
Nice.
And you can see his work with bees. He is, I call him the bee whisperer. He's amazing. And you can take a look down here at some of the alternative hives that he's brought to share
let's have
with
a look.
people.
And this furniture, is that part of the deal?
This furniture was kindly donated by a woman who lives right down the street who makes it by hand.
There's a beehive, one made from Africa. Here's another honor of Melissa. Melissa, a variety of Melissa, a variant of Melissa. A feminine Greek name means honeybee, comes from ancient Greek Melita. All right. Hello, Melissa. Beautiful artwork here.
One more added benefit of our Biodynamic Garden and Lounge is this wonderful pop-up art show by Douglas Gayton. He actually lives in Petaluma, California, but his idea, his interest as a photographer was to advance sustainability. We really needed a language that we could share to talk about. So this exhibit is called The Lexicon of Sustainability, and he takes all these wonderful pictures of farming and then he picks out different concepts and he defines them.
Oh, cool. Yeah, backyard pollinators. Oh, that's really great. And it's even got the little... Thank you so much. That was incredible. I just got here, and I'm off to a good start with this little project.
I want to thank you for coming and visiting Demeter's Biodynamic Garden and Lounge.
Yeah, and what's the website for Demeter?
It's www.demeter-usa.org. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Yay! Well, thank you for your time, and onwards and upwards.